what it's describing is the potential that we as human beings, particularly as adults, but also as children, obviously, we have the potential to grow throughout our lifetime. We have these particular predictable stages that researchers have discovered we have the potential to grow through. And because there's some predictability to it, we can, there are particular things we can be looking for, listening to. There are particular challenges that tend to crop up at particular stages that tend to become less prominent at later stages as we develop a broader range of capacities for navigating those situations when they come up. So there are these trends as we move through the stages towards being able to take a broader range of perspectives, towards being able to be more tolerant towards those different perspectives, there's a shift from seeing things kind of in black and white simplistic terms to being able to see more shades of gray. There's a tendency to make sense of ourselves through the external that shifts towards having a stronger internal voice over time, and eventually into a place where we really can dance with the interplay of the self and the other, and understand how we are both the influencer and the influencee in any situation. There's much more of an elegance in those later stages that can emerge. Other things that shift are our relationship to time. In earlier stages of development, we're much more focused in the here and now. As we continue to grow and develop, that focus on time frames shifts into months, years, 5-year plans, 10-year plans, our lifetime, the purpose how we can make a difference in our lifetime, to thinking in later stages multi-generationally, right? Forwards and backwards, and having a broader appreciation for the ongoing life beyond our own. So time is another thing that changes, our relationship to that. Another thing that shifts is our relationship to authority. At earlier stages of development, there are very clear external, typically, sources of authority based on degree, job title, age, certain concrete things. As we grow and develop, we cultivate an enhanced appreciation for authority in many more forms, broader range, not just those concrete things, but life experience, what things other than other humans might have to teach us, right? That where we might learn and glean wisdom comes from a much broader range of sources. What we deem as an authority comes from a much broader range. And of course, not to forget to mention that our own voice comes into the mix much more as we develop as well. Another thing that can shift with development through the stages is how we respond to feedback. So at earlier stages, feedback can often feel like a critique, a personal attack, something that we need to defend ourselves against. But as we continue to grow and develop, we can discover a place of curiosity. We can approach feedback with a curious perspective, like, ooh, this could help me maybe achieve my goals better. Like, I want to hear more. Like, tell me what I could do. Get kind of eager about it. And as we continue to develop, there comes a point where we might even discover that we have a true peace with any feedback that comes our way. Seeing it as not so different from praise, that it's simply another person's perspective, that feedback is a natural part of any living system, that it just is. And there is no sense within the individual then at those later stages that this is something about me. Like, the ego can be much quieter in those later stages, and it's not, oh, this is a story about me and my shortcomings and my failings, right? That dissipates over time, and there's this appreciation for, thank you for sharing that perspective. I can take it or leave it. It's a perspective, and whether you praise me or you criticize me, it's a perspective coming from you. Thank you.